Hello everyone, my last update had a performance upgrade for some arcade games, and I made it known that you're welcome to feel free to ask me about any other arcade games you'd like me to look into running better. So as a result of user feedback, I looked into a few more games, and right now I'm loading RetroArch as an icon from the main user interface. Again, in my course, that if you go to the extras folder, Hashi2 folder, and then Clover SNES as a game, you'll be able to have this icon right here on your main user interface and open it and load most of the cores. The only core that will not load through here would be the PPSSPP core. You still have to load that from the main user interface. But I'm going to go to my recents list, and we're going to do our first test game here, which is Magic AKA Lightbringer. It is a great overhead 3/4 perspective hack and slash made by the great company Taito. And it has a little bit of a gauntlet feel to it as well, but typically the game would run very choppy, slow, and sluggish. I have it running far better now. And this will show up as one of the mini games in my next core set update for a performance upgrade. Running a lot better now. Actually very playable and fun. And many of the games that I'm going to go over today are lesser known games that really didn't really hit the limelight like some games like Sonic the Hedgehog would have. I mean, this game here is not very well known, but it is a truly excellent game. There was a time many years ago when I first played this game where I actually sought out other games for MAME that were similar to this, and there really aren't that many. I mean, there's only maybe 24 games on MAME that are even remotely like this. We're going to move on to a few of the other games. Again, I'm running this one via MAME 2003. And I'm going to explain a few things about these performance upgrades to help you guys and gals better understand how they will be implemented for future updates. But I'm going to go to my recent list, and we're going to load, we'll try Power Drift, which is going to run via MAME 2010. A great Sega racing game. And I do have a 3D version of this on my 3DS. I picked up the Sega 3D Classics collection. Always a really cool racing game here. If you're an Outrun fan, you'll be right at home with this game. Has that trademark Sega skill and technology just like Galaxy Force has. It's running at a really nice frame rate right now. Music's fine. Very, very playable. Okay, now we're going to try a few more games here. We'll go to our, we'll try Hoops 96, also going to run via MAME 2010, a Data East basketball game. I love trying all the various arcade basketball games out. This is running quite nice. And again, every game that I'm doing right now are all feedback user requests. No issues whatsoever running this. This is running quite nice with the performance upgrade. You got a nifty little rap style song playing in the background too. has a little bit of an NBA Jam feel to it as well. This is an incredible game. Definitely lesser known, and NBA Jam kind of made this game pale in comparison, obviously. It took the limelight. But let's see what else we have here. We have Alien Storm, which had encryption and protection issues. I'm running this via Final Burn Alpha 2016, and it runs fine. I can insert the coins, I can start, and the graphics are actually present. Great lesser known Sega game. Many people are aware of games like Altered Beast, which is the primary game that came with the Sega Genesis Mega Drive when the system came out, but this game was also on Sega Genesis Mega Drive, and it just wasn't well known, but it really is a fun game. My previous video, I ran this on MAME 2010, but there were still issues with the graphics as far as parallax scrolling. The ground would basically scroll by itself, and I didn't really notice it at first until somebody pointed it out to me, but on Final Burn Alpha 2016, it runs awesome. So this is the way you definitely want to play this. This is a really cool game, and I really wish they would have made a Ghostbusters game similar to this style of gameplay. This is a completely missed licensed opportunity here. And after you beat the first section, you get a really nifty 3D stage, which I'm going to at least play up to that point right now. We'll get to the 3D stage before I move on to the next game. This is a 3-player game, as you can see from the bottom of the screen. Now we have the nifty 3D part. Really awesome. Again, a missed opportunity for a Ghostbusters game. This should have definitely been a Ghostbusters game. And I may do a little bit of a performance upgrade to boost the frame per second on that game, but it's not bad right now. I mean, I'm going to try to make it just a little bit better. Now we're going to check out this amazing game called The Gladiator, also on Final Burn Alpha 2016. And if you like side-scrolling brawler hack-and-slash games, you're going to be right at home with this game. This is one of the best ones you could ever play. And it's not very well known, but it's truly excellent. It is not completely perfect, but it runs well enough to be highly enjoyable with the performance tweaks. If there ever was a Tekken or Soul Calibur side-scrolling hack-and-slash game, this would be the one. Again, when you get to the later cores, I mean, you start out on MAME 2000. Games are less accurate, so they tend to run better as a result, but once you get up to, say, MAME 2010, 2014, etc., the accuracy is much higher, so the games tend to run slower. That is the same thing exactly for Final Burn Alpha. Final Burn Alpha 2016 and 2012 would run a little bit slower than any previous versions of it, but this game right here is running as well as it possibly can for right now. It is highly enjoyable. And even though there's a little bit of a sound stutter, I can still enjoy the synthesizer-style music, which feels like it's right out of a Kickboxer or Bloodsport Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. Or Jim Cotta, any of those 1980s martial arts movies. Great game, definitely worth playing, and I'm going to get into a couple more hack and slash games very similar to this that people have reported having issues with. But I would definitely come back to this and play through the entire game. I love this style of gameplay. So this is one, again, it's called The Gladiator, and I'm running it via Final Burn Alpha 2016. Somebody else said they were having issues running Goemon's Great Adventure. I'm going to play that, even though it's not an arcade game, just for a second here. And I'd like to point out, if you're running the Nintendo 64 cores, Gloopin runs the games faster. So try to load a game through Gloopin if you have issues running it fast. I'm running through Gloopin with the performance tweaks, and the game is running fine. Nice speed. If you try running through Moopin, you're likely to have speed issues here. Running quite nice on here. And in Japan, Goemon games were much more popular, and they have literally a half dozen plus sequels on all the various systems, whereas we only had a few in the United States. But as you can see, everything's running nice and fast here. No problems whatsoever with the performance upgrades in place. But now we're going to roll on to another game here. What else did I miss here? We have a little bit of a performance upgrade for the System 32 games, include Ninja, Baseball Batman, Golden Axe 2, and Spider-Man, etc. We're going to load Ninja Baseball Batman. There's still going to be a little bit of a blemish as far as the small freezes here and there, as I will show you here. You'll get few freezes just like I'm showing you right there, but they're very occasional, and it does not at all detract from the game. But once you're in game, watch the speed. It runs incredibly nice. Running nice and fine right now. And this is one of the games that had the iron protection issues. It is the last one of the set to be just slightly imperfect, but it's still highly playable, and you can beat the entire game. So this is Ninja Baseball Batman running via MAME 2003. It will get a performance upgrade as well. Now we're going to load Knights of Valour. And if you like that, the Gladiator game, you're definitely going to like this game. And this is a game where you're going to need the PGM BIOS for sure. Just remember that. And you can copy them directly into the same directory. And I'm running this via Final Burn Alpha 2016. Again, some games will start out a little bit slow, just bear with them, and once you pass the initial start jump point, you'll notice a difference in how the graphics play out. Now we're fine. A little bit of the Arabian Magic, Arabian Nights style gameplay. Excellent, excellent hack and slash, and there is a sequel to this as well, which I'm briefly going to test out. So if you want to have your hack and slash night, I've shown you a few perfect examples that you guys and gals have recommended me check out, and now others are going to be able to enjoy these because I am showing these recommendations in this video. Everybody knows about Final Fight, but not everybody knows about the great Knights of Valour game, or the Gladiator game, or even the great Dungeon Magic AKA Lightbringer game. So this is Knights of Valour running via Final Burn Alpha 2016. Now we're going to test out Knights of Valour 2. Right here. It'll be also on Final Burn Alpha 2016. When I'm going to be talking about these performance upgrades, there's two types of upgrades that I'm going to do. One is going to be a static upgrade, where I need to know the exact ROM name that you want upgraded. The other is going to be a dynamic one, where you have to let me know the type of game that you want updated, and I will provide a name that you have to name your game. A static game name has to remain the same and it will not load via the arcade cores unless you keep that name intact and have the integrity there. But a dynamic game, you can change it to any name you want, but it's going to have to be the name that I provide the tweak for. And I'll better clarify this in my write-up for the next release. You'll be able to completely understand what I'm talking about as far as dynamic versus static. It also equates to IP addresses as well. But this is nice of Valour to run into Final Burn Alpha 2016. Incredible hack and slash game. This would be right at home on the Neo Geo for sure. I mean, truly excellent. Love the animation, all the background effects. And there's going to be another little bonus for the next release. I am additionally going to do a Game Boy Advance performance upgrade because many people have been checking out GPSP, which does run Game Boy Advance games better, but the drawback is you cannot save games properly, whereas you can save them properly on Game Boy Advance mGBA. So as a result, I'm going to do a performance tweak for mGBA, so some of the slower games such as Final Fantasy VI and such run better. And I'm going to do a brief demonstration of that in action before I quit this video. So this is Knights of Valour 2, running great on Final Burn Alpha 2016 with the performance upgrade. And then I'm going to load Metroid Zero Mission with my performance tweak added to it. The sound is better, the performance is better, the game's running better and faster. And this will show up in the next update as well. Again, based on the feedback from this video, there's going to be more things implemented as well. Nice and fast, very smooth right now, and this is going to show up in the next update. So some of you guys and gals that have been having trouble with games such as Final Fantasy VI should be running a hell of a lot better once you do the update. And I'd expect this probably by Sunday or Monday, because I'd like to get some more arcade games tweaked and updated for the release. So I'm hoping some of you guys and gals recommend some other excellent games for me to check out and get going. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll have the release notes as far as the performance upgrade, and let me know what other games you'd like me to check into.